On ne peut pas dire qu'ils furent esclaves, de là dire qu'ils ont vécu. Lorsque l'on part aussi vaincu, c'est dur de sortir de l'enclave. Et pourtant, l'espoir...
Jacques Brel was a much celebrated Belgian singer-songwriter and actor. He recorded mostly in French, which is why I thought, until I read up on him, I thought he was French. He took chanson, which is a French tradition of singing, into a new area with story songs, sometimes on the kind of more unusual or darker at times side of life. And somewhat was the model for Scott Walker, who certainly Scott Walker's early career, and he recorded several of Jacques Brel's songs. So Jacques' music career started in the 50s. In the mid-60s, he almost entirely gave up on touring and turned more to acting. He has released 14 studio albums before his death in 1978. Hi, my name's Dan, and this is a review of the album Brel by Jacques Brel, which is also sometimes known as Les Marquises. And I don't know if one of those was the official title. I think possibly Les Marquises, and then it's just known as Brel because it has Brel written on the front, on the cover. It's got a variety of styles going on here. I should say it's his final studio album. It's my first time listening to it. It was the first set of new songs from him for 10 years, and I believe at the time he recorded it, he knew he was dying. So I think this is the first time that I've listened to one of his albums. I know some of his other songs, particularly as recorded by Scott Walker, but also by other people as well. Particularly Mark Almond comes to mind. This is big vocal singer voice stuff. So start from the idea of somebody like Tom Jones or Scott Walker or Andy Williams, kind of people who were backed by an orchestra and would be known as being Baroque pop, but then change the backing with various different things. So sometimes it is kind of big and orchestral, but it's more likely to be something else. So sometimes it's got a kind of French chanson feel, complete with accordion going on there, and there's bits that are bigger, that kind of more dramatic cabaret or circusy or jazz, and then there's bits that are kind of more folky. There's a track with acoustic guitar but with strings, and then there's one that's just piano and voice and one that's just guitar and voice, and all sorts of mixed feels in between. It's actually quite diverse musically, but it all ties together because it's all his voice, and it's a particularly prominent but also strong voice that he's got. So it's definitely vocal music. That's where the emphasis is. And he's got a strong and expressive voice, and he knows how to use it. So it's all in, I think, French. I certainly recognise some of it as French. There's a lot of rolling of his R's, which I can't do properly. At least one track has quite a lot of speeding up and slowing down in a very kind of dramatic way. It's all very dramatic. Probably, I would say it's all very interesting, but I don't know, because my knowledge of French is not good enough. I can pick out the occasional phrase or bit here. I did have a question for anybody who knows, understands his language. In one of the tracks, it uses the phrase "ma belgitude," and I wondered what that is. I wondered if it meant his Belgianness, just having newly found out that he's Belgian rather than French. But so, if you want to share with me what these songs are generally about, I'd love to know. So I did enjoy it musically. I did understand it, and I did wonder if the lyrics may be cheesy, but they may be quite interesting, or maybe they're just cute in a stupid-ass way. I don't know. Please let me know if you do know. And also, if you've got an opinion on this album, even if it's not a very strong one, please let me know by leaving me a comment. And that's it from me for now.
Messieurs les flamingants, j'ai deux mots à vous rire. Il y a trop longtemps que vous me faites frire, à vous souffler dans le cul pour devenir autobus. Vous voilà acrobate, mais vraiment rien de plus. Nazis durant les guerres et catholiques entre elles, vous oscillez sans cesse.